Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters. This is Saad Osman again, and this is the third lecture we discussed about zakah and the importance of zakah. And zakah is the third pillar of Islam. Again, we talked about the type of zakah, zakatul mal, zakatul fitr, that you have to pay once a year and on your wealth, 2.5% of your wealth. And also, today I'm gonna focus on who's gonna receive your zakah. And one of the and before I go into that, I would like to bring your attention to one hadith that I read. This hadith is narrated by Abu Huraira, and he says, Allah salawatullahi alayhi wasallam said, anyone whom Allah has given a wealth, but he does not pay it his zakah, then on the day of resurrection, his wealth will be presented to him in the shape of bald-headed poisonous male snake with two poisonous glands in its mouth, and it will encircle itself round his neck and bite him over his cheeks and say, I'm your wealth, I'm your treasure. This shows to you that if you don't pay your zakah, there will be a snake on the day of judgment on your neck, and that snake will bite you and he will say, I'm your wealth. You see? So it is very dangerous that not to pay zakah. And zakah is the third pillar of Islam. And أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وصوم رمضان وحج البيت. So imagine if you ignore one of the pillars of Islam. Okay, now I have to then talk about who is going to receive the zakah, the recipient of zakah. And we don't have to look no farther than in ayah 60 in Surah Tawbah, which says, إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم وفي رقاب والقارمين وفي سبيل الله وابن السبيل فريدة من الله والله عليم الحكيم. So the zakah is gone to 8 recipients. That's what it says here. This ayah is telling us the people who receive zakah are 8 groups. They've been classified in 8 groups. The first one, they all share anyway in one thing, which is in the need. They are poor. So remember, that's the foundation of all of this. And so what they gonna, and all of them are poor people who need this and our help. And the first one is fuqara. There are 8 groups. Those 8 groups, first one is fuqara, and there are miserable people. They are people who do not have anything: food, clothes, shelter. They very sad, they very poor. Okay, the second one is masakin, the needy, the people who have and little money but not enough. Amilin, the collectors of zakah, you can also pay your zakah to those people, those who engage in collection and distribution of zakah. Mu'allaf al-qulub, whose hearts are to be reconciled. Those ones are like new Muslims. When somebody is new to the Muslim, you can give to your zakah. And firriqab, slaves, a person who want to be free from slave. And al-qarimin, the debtors? The debtors are those who owe money, and which is more than the asset. If somebody owns a lot of money, they're gonna have stress, problems. Yeah. وَفِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, in the cause of Allah. This means striving to save in Islam by defending Islam, etc. The cause of Allah. Ibn Sabil, wayfarer, a traveler, somebody who is traveling a long distance or short distance, and then had been cut short before arriving his final destination. Somebody who's traveling somewhere but is stranded somewhere, then you can give those person as well. So today the focus was and who receive Seka. The Seka is 2.5% Zakatul Mal. Zakatul Fitr normally is good to give where you demat and where you live, and it's not 2.5, it's just 5 6 pound. But Zakatul Mal is 2.5 of your wealth around the year. No, for example, if you have a lot of houses, we mentioned that in lecture one anyway, and but 2.5 of your wealth that you don't use for the year, so if year you pay, and you give this group we mentioned, the eight group we mentioned above. And sadaqallahu al-azim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.